Today we're going to be solving this problem. Let a and b be the roots of the equation x squared minus mx plus 2 equals 0. Suppose that a plus 1 over b and b plus 1 over a are the roots of the equation x squared minus px plus q equals 0. What is q? It is actually quite simple because you know that a and b are the roots of the equation x squared minus mx plus 2 equals 0. And to find the solutions for x in any quadratic equation, you must factor it out. So, and you know that the two solutions multiplied together must equal this number, and the two solutions added together must equal this number. So you know that 2 is a prime number. What a prime number means is that it can be only divisible by 1 or itself. So, the only two numbers that can be multiplied to equal 2 is 1 and 2. So, the roots of the equation, this one, could be 1 and 2. However, 1 and 2 added together does not equal a negative number, which is negative over here. So, to change that, we have to add negative signs to this, because we know that negative plus negative equals a negative number. And so, negative 1 times negative 2 equals 2, positive 2, and negative 1 and negative 2 plus each other equals a negative number. So let me write that down. Since m equals negative number, it has to be negative 1 and negative 2. Now that we've got that down, if you factor it out, then it'd be x minus 2 and x minus 1 equals 0, which is a factored out version of this equation. So, and you know that the roots are a and b, so that a equals, if you solve for x, here, okay, wait, let me erase this for a second. To solve for x, so you know that these two numbers multiplied together equals 0. So one of them has to be 0. So I'm just going to do this. X minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. To simplify these, you must add 2 to this side. So it'd be x equals 2. So x equals 2. And add 1 to this side, which is x equals 1. So, a equals 1 and b equals 2, or b equals 1 and a equals 2. Now that you know that, so let's go back to this. Suppose that a plus 1 over b and b plus 1 over a are the roots of the equation. So, I'm going to just plug I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to plug this in to this. So I know that the first one is a plus 1 over b. So a equals 1. So 1 plus 1 over 2, since b equals 2, and b plus 1 over a equals, okay, so b equals 2 plus 1 over 1, which is a. So if you simplify these, 1 plus a half equals 1.5, and 2 plus 1 over 1, 1 over 1 equals 1, so 2 plus 1 equals 3. So these are the roots of this equation, but now you gotta find q. So you know that the roots of any quadratic equation multiplied together equals this number, and any roots of the quadratic equation that it's in plus each other equals this number. So let's see, 3, so this is a positive number, and these positive numbers added together equal a positive number. However, p equals negative. P equals negative number. So the only way that these two numbers can equal negative numbers when I add negative signs to both of the numbers, like I did with this one. So now you can see that if you factor this out, x minus 3, x minus 1.5 equals 0, which is the simplified version of this equation. And you know that the two roots multiplied together equals q. So negative 3 times negative 1.5. See, that is 4.5. And so 4.5 equals q. So let's see here. A is 5 over 2. That's not right. B equals 7 over 2, which isn't right either. C equals 4, which is not this. And D equals 9 over 2, which is 4.5. So D would be the correct answer. So today we're going to be solving for this problem. Let A, B, and C be real numbers such that A minus 7B plus 8C equals 4, and 8A plus 4B minus C equals 7. Then A squared minus B squared plus C squared equals, and these are the possible answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this part first. I'm going to move the B part to this side so that it's a binomial on each side. So I'm going to do A. So if I move negative 7B to both sides, to this side, then it'd be A plus 8C equals 4 plus 7B. And then for this one, it would be, I would move the B to this side again, so it would be 8A minus C equals 7 minus 4B. And looking at this, we know that the A, B, and C's are squared. So we're just going to square all, like both sides of these equations, both of them. And after I know that I have to square it, I'm just going to actually multiply them by each other. So A plus 8C times A plus 8C. And that by doing FOIL. So first, A squared outer plus 8AC inner plus 8AC and last plus 64C. And then we would get, we would simplify this, okay? So it'd be 8 squared. So since we can add these two, it's going to be 16AC plus 64C. And of course, we're going to do it in the order of degrees. So it's 2 and then so on. So we know, and then we have this, right? So it's going to underline that, so it's better to see. Yeah. Okay, and then so, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, so this one is actually 64 squared. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, and then so for this part, it's going to be 4 7B times 4 plus 7b. So first, 16 outer plus 28b, inner plus 28b, and last plus 49b squared. Hopefully you can see. Oh, you can't see that, sorry. It's going to turn it. Okay, hope that's better. Simplifying this, we could get 16 plus 56b, right? Yeah, 56b plus 49b squared. And again, this one is just the same thing as this, and this is just the same thing as this. So we also know that these two equations, just gonna make star on it so you can see that they're related. So those two equal each other. And now we're going to do it for this one, which is 8a minus c times 8a minus c. Okay, so first, which is 64a squared. Okay, outer, negative 8ac, inner, negative 8ac, and last, which is c squared. And simplifying this, you would get 64a squared minus 16ac plus c squared. And that's equal to this. I'm gonna make a triangle so you can set, oh my god, sorry, that's a star. Triangle. And then these are stars because they equal each other. And then now we're going to do it for this side, which is 7 minus 4b times 7 minus 4b, which first is 49 outer, negative 28b, inner, negative 28b, and last, which is positive 16b squared. And then we're going to simplify this, so it'd be 49 minus 56b plus 16b squared. Okay, and another triangle, because these are equal. Okay. So now we know that these are equal and this is equal. Right. So now I'm going to rewrite them so you can see it better. Hold on a second, I have to adjust the paper so you can see the work because there's not enough space. Right there. Okay. I'm going to rewrite this. So a squared, since this is equal to this, then I just write the a squared plus 16ac plus 64c squared is equal to this, which is this, 16 plus 56b plus 49b squared. Okay. Okay, yeah, and then so we're gonna add this and this equation. This equation, this equation, I rewrote it with this equation, which is same as this, together. So 64a squared minus 16ac plus c squared equals equals 49 minus 56b plus 16b squared. Okay, now we're going to add these two equations together, and now we'll get 65a squared. And these two cancel out. And then add 65c squared equals 65. Yeah, 65. These two cancel out, and then so we're left with this, and then this is also 65. 65b squared. Now, I'm gonna underline this, because this is the main concept here. So, I'm gonna simplify this equation by 60 and divide it by dividing it by 65. If I divide this equation by 65, I will get a squared plus c squared equals 1 plus b squared. If I subtract b squared from both sides, I will get a squared minus b squared plus c squared equals 1. And there you have it. The answer to this problem, so in the beginning, it was that you're trying to find what a squared minus b squared plus c squared equals. And from this work here, you can see that a squared minus b squared plus c squared equals 1. And so the answer is B. Today we're going to solve this problem. Yesterday, Han drove 1 hour longer than Ian at an average speed 5 miles per hour faster than Ian. John drove 2 hours longer than Ian at an average speed 10 miles per hour faster than Ian. Han drove 70 miles more than Ian. How many more miles did John drive than Ian? And here I have the answers, which are either A, 120, B, 130, C, 140, D, 150, or E, 160. I'm going to draw a chart to organize the information better. So I'm going to do Han, John, and Ian. I'm going to do it like this. And up here I'm going to put the time and the rate. Time, because it's 1 hour longer and hours longer. Time, rate, and distance. Like the rate, which is something miles per hour, and distance, which is something more miles, or something like that. So, okay, so I'm just going to assume that Ian's, because we don't know what's Ian's time, rate, or distance. So I'm just going to assume that it's T, R, and D. Just to assume. Okay, and then so Han, he drove 1 hour longer than Ian. So the time is T plus 1, like 1 hour longer than Ian's time. And at an average speed of 5 miles per hour faster than Ian. So the rate is R plus 5 because it's 5 miles per hour faster. And the distance, we know Han drove 70 more miles, so D plus 70. And then for John, we will have T plus 2 because it's 2 hours longer than Ian. The rate is 10 miles per hour faster, so it's R plus 10. And the D plus, we don't know yet because that's what the question asks. How many more miles did John drive than Ian? So I'm just going to put that as M. I'm going to move this paper up. Now that we have our information sorted. About there. So I'm just gonna write. I know that Ian is, so time times the rate equals the distance. So Ian's distance equals t and r, which is the time and the rate. And gonna box that. And then for Han, it's his is, so d plus time, like distance equals time over rate. So d plus 70 equals r plus 5 and t plus 1. So that's for his equation, because it's tr equals d. So Han's t and r equals Han's d. And so I'm going to, if I multiply these out, so if I just multiply it out, t plus 1, so first RT, outer plus R, inner plus 5t, and then plus outer, last, which is 5. There, I hope that's easier to see, which equals, this equals d plus 70, because all I did was multiply these together to get this, and that's d. And oh, okay, and then so we know that d equals tr, like here. So I can substitute this d for tr, so tr plus 70 equals RT plus R plus 5T plus 5. Okay, and so if I subtract 5 from both sides, minus 5 minus 5, then I get TR plus 65 equals RT plus R plus 5t. Right, okay. And then, oh, and yeah, and then so I subtract, well, I mean, if I just switch these around, then this would be also be RT, so if I subtract TR, this and this are the same because they're multiplied. Then I would get 65 equals, cancel out, equals R plus 5t. Okay, and this is Han. Since I can't simplify that anymore, it's going to leave it like that. I'm going to write for John. So John is a different equation, because since we don't know his distance, this is going to be the same. So his distance is d plus m equals time and rate. His time and rate is t plus 2. And his rate is r plus 10. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so oh yeah, and also d plus m equals rt plus m, because his d equals tr, right? So if d equals tr or rt, then d plus m, so it'd be the same. So d equals rt or tr, and so it'd be rt plus m equals d plus m. And so we could, since this and this are equal, and this equal the same thing, I could easily write it as t plus 2 and r plus 10 equals rt plus m. See? Because these two equal the same thing, and if these two equal the same thing, then they should be equal to each other as well. And so, if I subtract, oh yeah, okay. I had to multiply this out. So, t plus 2 and r plus 10. So, first is tr, outer, plus 10t. Inner, plus 2r, and last, plus 20. Right, this. So yeah, okay. And then this equals RT plus M. Sorry. Okay, and then so if I subtract RT or TR, they're the same thing, by the way, as RT, then these cancel out, and then it'd be 10T plus 2R plus 20 equals M. Yeah, and that equals M. And so if I so what I have here is 10t plus 2r plus 20 equals m. If I group these two together, then I would have 10t plus 2r plus 20. It's the same, it equals the same thing, but I'm adding parentheses so I can easily, so you can better understand what I'm going to do next. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to factor 5. Sorry. I'm going to factor 2 out of this. So it'd be 2 times 5t plus r plus 20 equals m. And the reason I did that is because 5t plus r is equal to this, which is r plus 5t. And r plus 5t, or 5t plus r, equals 65. So if I just substitute that in, then it'd be 2 times 65 plus 20 equals m. And if I multiply these two numbers, I would get 130 plus 20 equals m. And as you know, m is the extra number of miles that John did more than Ian. So if I add these two numbers together, I would get 150 equals m. So 150 equals the amount of miles more that John did more than Ian. So going back to the question, I'm going to circle this. Going back to the question, these are the answers. A 120, as you know, the answer is actually 150. So the answer is D, which is 150. And that's it.